it's not what you look at that matters, it's what you see. Henry Thoreau. So this brings me to today's topic, Impressionism. Impressionism is an art style that is used by many artists today, and it's been around for roughly 100 years. So, I've done extensive research on Impressionism and the style and pretty much everything about it. Today I will be telling you the style of painting and how they paint, the history of Impressionism, and the final products of Impressionism that have come about throughout the years. So, for my first point, Impressionism paintings are unique because they are painted outdoors and have fleeting moments such as a butterfly on a flower. These artists have to really go out. Instead of sitting in a studio, they have to actually go out and find their art in nature or a big city or pretty much anything that they can find around them that's not in the studio, of course. So for the outdoors part, according to the National Gallery website of July 28th, 2024 states, the painting The Beach in Trevoux by Monet was painted on the beach, and the oil paint still contains grains of sand. So we know truly it was painted on the beach and has that beachy feel to it. So he had to paint this painting extremely fast, and so what most Impressionist painters do, they take the paint straight from the tube and lay it on there. They don't necessarily draw a sketch and then paint over it and then repaint over it to have highlights. They just do straight color from the tube, no questions asked. So, for my next point is the history of Impressionism. Well, it all started in France around 1877. A group of artists realized that they had the same techniques and the same artistic styles, and they called that Impressionism. They just created a name for it. And many other artists started going under this name and learning these certain techniques, and these techniques brought them a long way. So, according to Britannica of July 2024, the founders are Claude Monet, Pierre-Auguste Renoir, and a bunch of their friends also got together. They created this little group, almost like an artistic club of today, and they just called it Impressionists. So this style of art became popular in the 19th centuries. It became popular in churches the style painted multiple historical events. So, and what they based on, they looked more at color rather than the definition of objects. So they would put the color first and try and sculpt the objects afterward, so that you could kind of tell what they painted, but it's not defined like a line. It would be shaded. So for the final products of Impressionism that have come over the years, my personal favorite is The Artist's Garden at Gouverneur by Claude Monet. This picture, or I should say painting more like, describes a stone walkway with lavender flowers on each side. On the left of the flowers, there is a forest, type of wooded area. And it's a beautiful painting, and you can find it pretty much anywhere nowadays, online, computer. It's beautiful. But I also have two paintings here that were painted for the purpose in this style. So that first one depicts a fleeting moment of a deer next to a pond. And the second painting, well, it's just a shack. But I know these artists had to actually go out and find their inspiration and what they had to think of and how they wanted to shade it, because this one was on heavy blue. It's pretty much all blue except for some brown in there. And then this one is more on green. As I said, color comes first in pretty much every impressionist style. So let me end it with this. It's not what you look at that matters, it's what you see, by Henry Thoreau. Thank you.